So yeah, I'm Nawal Karam. I'm from the Institute for Applied Informatics from the University of Leipzig, and involved in the NFDI4Biodiversity project, where we develop semantic tools and services for improving like search and data integration within NFDI4Biodiversity. So I structured my talk in three main parts. So first, our motivation. Why do we need semantic technologies? Then the what are terminologies and what terminologies do we need, both for semantic search, for metadata harmonization, and for data integration. And then I will show how we use terminologies for improving the different semantic, so to do semantic improvement on the platform. So why do we need semantic technologies? The main reason is about the ambiguity of natural language. So basically, we can use different words for expressing the same concepts, which is synonymy. So for example, if I search in a Google dataset, search for a concept, in this case, Lysandra Belargos, a butterfly. So you can see here that I can find 6 datasets from data sites. If I search for the synonym, then I will find other datasets because it is based on keywords, and the keywords need to be expressed in this dataset to be found. And if I search it also for the with the common name, I will just find one dataset that is having this name in the text. So basically, what we would like to do is to be able to find all those datasets either by using the scientific name or the common name or any synonyms. And this information we can find in taxonomies, like for example here the NCBI taxonomy. So you can see the scientific name, you can see the list of synonyms and the common names. So basically, we will use this information to improve the search within our infrastructure. Another issue is that the same word can be used to express different concepts, which is called polysemy. And I show it here with the word mercury. So mercury, if I search for mercury for data sets, then I can find the ones expressing mercury as a chemical substance. In this case, one dataset from our partner Pangea. But also I can find datasets where Mercury is the planet. For example, this one from NASA. So basically also we need to remove the ambiguity by connecting to terminology or an ontology. For instance, in this case, we can use KB to connect to the element mercury. So with its definition and saying it is a neurotoxin and additional complex information like biological role and so on. So what do we? So what we need to do is to talk about concepts instead of talking about keywords. So this is done in the Google search since many years. So there, if I type apis, then I will see the different concepts here, saying the first one is the honeybee, second one is an insect, but the third one is a plant. And if you click and see more information, then you can see the scientific name, the lifespan and additional information. And also you can see the classification So more information about the taxonomy, like the class, family, and so on. So all this information gives basically meaning to keywords. So the meaning, what we call semantics, is expressed with the help of knowledge representation, which are terminologies. So come to the next part, which where I will talk about what we mean with terminologies and what kind of terminologies do we need. So for what is a terminology, if we take all kind of terminologies we have from the most informal one to the most formal one, we can go from controlled vocabulary until an ontology. So controlled vocabulary is a simple list of terms. A glossary is a list of terms with additional informal definitions for the meanings. I take here an example from the GFBio project where we defined set of record bases with their definitions. Then a taxonomy is a list of terms organized in a hierarchical structure. An example would be the AMOD IOC bird list, which is a taxonomy of birds. Then we have a thesaurus, which is a controlled vocabulary with connections or relation between terms. For example, narrower, broader for hierarchy or related terms, and also synonymy. So an example of this one would be Eurovoc, which is, for example, here you can see that biodiversity is a narrower term of biosphere, and then it is related to animal resources, plant resources, protected species, and so on. Then we have the most formal type of terminology, which is called an ontology. Basically, it's a formal representation of set of concepts and relations between them using logical definitions. And so a bit more complex structured, and you can see here an example from the KB ontology where mercury is defined with its preferred label, the list of synonyms, but also more complex description, like saying, for example, it has role as a neurotoxin. So what kind of terminologies do we need? So first off, we would like to use terminologies for semantic search. And for that, a former work from 2017, we collected a set of questions from researchers and to see what kind of concepts are searched for. Some examples are given here. And basically, we grouped those into high-level entities. So saying mostly there is researchers are interested in organisms. There are like, for example, here butterflies or mice and so on. Then they are also expressing questions about processes, methods, environment, material and substances, about anatomical entities and phenotypes, and also locations, geographical locations. So we looked at the terminologies that could cover such type of entities. And we, for example, for organism, we have the NCBI taxonomy. We connected also to the Catalog of Life and ITIS. For environment, process, methods, most of those are covered by the environment ontology or the suite ontology. Substances are coming from KB, and all the phenotypes and anatomical entities from phenotype ontologies like patho or flopo for flora, or for example, the top thesaurus for specific characteristics for plants. And then for locations, we decided to use geonames. So another use of terminologies are for metadata harmonization. And within NFDI4Biodiversity, we decided to use two types of metadata schemas, which are schema.org and ABCD for collection. So, and I show here an example from our partner, the Botanische Garten in Berlin, BGBM, where they use ABCD. So ABCD is also defined as an ontology, so that we also loaded in our terminology service. And the same with schema.org, where datasets can be described with all these properties, and an example would be here from our partner Pangea. So the final use we do of terminologies is for data integration. I show here an example from the plant trait database, TRI, where there are some observations of specific traits. And what we need to do is to achieve first a structural integration, so like structural interoperability first, and then also semantic interoperability. So the structure of the tables and then the content of the tables. So for the structure, we use the ecological trait standard that have been defined by colleagues from University of Vienna and also from BGBM. So they defined this as an ontology as well. So this would be used for the structural data integration. And then from the content-wise, we need also to connect to additional terminologies. And for instance, here we use the catalog of life for species names, the top thesaurus for the traits, and the QUDT, so quantity and unit ontology for the unit names. And basically, once we have all this information, we can transform the data into a knowledge graph. And as you can see here, for example, the blue parts are the species, and you can see in which data sets they appear, and additional metadata and information about the values measured and so on. So basically, we integrate everything in one place, and also coming from different databases, and then we can have an explorative search or a combined search over multiple data sets. So now I come to the last part, which is how do we use those terminologies within NFDI4Biodiversity? So we develop a set of standards, semantic standards, services, and tools for the data discovery, integration, and transformation and harmonization. And first of all, like a little history, because we started already with the GFBio project in 2014. We developed our own solution for the terminology service, which was called GFBio Terminology Service. And the NFDI4Biodiversity project started in 2020. And since then, we are involved in the NFDI, which is not only like, so which like is from contains many consortia for many different domains. So we are here, and then there is, for example, NFDI for health, for chimie, for microbiota, and so on. And in 2022, we joined the OntoPortal Alliance, which is an alliance of many partners working on the development of semantic services or terminology services, and which are based on the same original code that comes from BiodivPortal, which is the historical portal, and many additional ones have in the meantime been deployed. For example, for agronomy, there is AgroPortal, for industry, for Earth Portal, for Earth Sciences, and we are here, BiodivPortal. So it is up and running since last year. And we collected a set of requirements for terminology service within NFDI4Biodiversity. So there are many requirements. The first one would be to have a repository to store, search, and browse, visualize different terminologies. Offer efficient semantic annotation for text and tabular data, also to generate and store mappings between terminologies, offer a single access point for those. Then the three last ones are under development, which is offering an environment for the development and creation of terminologies, offer efficient versioning, and also offer community feedback and integration mechanism. So if you go to BiodivPortal, .ufbio.org, you can browse the list of terminologies we have on the Browse tab. So you can search for a terminology, you can do, like you can click on terminology and see more details about it. For example, the license, the different type of information about the creators, and also browse the content of the terminologies. Then our community can submit their own terminologies. So by using the Submit New Ontology button, and basically you can give a name, acronym, and all the information about, so some metadata information about the ontology, and then upload a file directly to the portal. For that, you need to be logged in, so you can register for an account on BiodivPortal. So another requirement is to offer efficient semantic annotation. I show here the annotator tab. So basically you can give a text into the annotator and then get annotations from the ontologies that are, or terminologies that are in BiodivPortal, which means that we will have we will connect each part of the text that is a concept to the original, or to an ontology or terminology from the service. So for example, here I gave like an abstract about a data set about those butterflies, and then you can see that they have been detected in the text. And this, for example, the example we had in the beginning for the search, this Lysandra belangos is one concept from the NCBI taxonomy. So then we would like to offer to generate like automatic mappings between all the terminologies that are on the portal. So you can see, for example, here, the mappings between the catalog of life and the ETIS terminologies. So you can basically each terminology, all terminologies that are mapped pairways in the portal, and you can browse and download those mappings that are available. So then we would like to provide a single access point to the terminologies, all the terminologies that we have. And we offer an API for that. So to get the documentation is one of the points here. So you can see the information about all the endpoints we offer, and basically an example of integration of this API is in the NaniWeb portal from the GBV and GBV, and they developed widgets that are integrated into their interface for searching, for example, for terms. For instance, here you can search for species by typing, and then all this information is directly coming from the BiodivPortal. And if you hover over a concept, you can see the hierarchy that is also coming from an additional service. And finally, you can, I thought I had something else, but yeah. Okay, so what are we working on? We are collaborating with NFDI and NFDI4Biodiversity Alliance partners to cover additional requirements, and the main ones are to offer an environment for the development and creation of project terminologies. Then we are working on efficient versioning and evolution for the terminologies we offer. And last but not least is the community engagement and feedback mechanisms. For example, our community could suggest new terms that are not in a terminology. So we will offer like a suggestion workflow and so on. And finally, we are working on combining large language models and semantic technologies for improving our text tabular annotation and also to automatically enrich the terminologies we have. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you for your attention. If you would like to contact us, there is the link to our project and my contact email.